So the energy's been super expansive, and because of that, we release a lot of stuck energy. And because of that, you may feel like you are stuck. That is very common. I work with a lot of people that come to me, they say, Mark, I'm just feeling stuck. I don't know what to do to get my energy moving. And that is because of this expansive energy. Now, it's going to continue as we continue to rise in consciousness. But in this video, I want to tell you why that happens and what you can do to really help yourself get back into alignment, get centered again, and start getting your energy flowing and just get out of that feeling that you're just stuck. So when we start to go through these expansive periods where our field is really expanding, we have generally a lot of density that comes up into our field because the space is being created, and that could start to make you feel like you're stuck, like you cannot move forward, because what happens is your vision gets really clouded, and when it gets clouded, you just don't know what direction to move in, and it can feel very uncomfortable. But the thing is, that uncomfortableness is where you need to be. When we receive these, whether it's a solar flare or some sort of an energetic download, and our field expands and the dense energy starts to release, you're going to feel like you're lost. And that's exactly the point, because your higher self is saying, hey, all of this stuff that was sitting and stuck in your body, keeping you limited, keeping you small, has come up so that you could be made aware of it. Okay? The way we heal this energy is by feeling it. And we need to be made aware of it so that we can feel it. So when somebody triggers you and you start to feel like you're wobbly, or you start to feel like your vibration is dropping, that is a huge opportunity for you to create some space. You could take some breaths, bring it back into the body, and sit and allow yourself to process it. People think that the anxiety and the stress and the fear is a product of the mind. It's really a manifestation of stuck energy in the body. So when we can expand our field and allow that to release, what happens is more consciousness flows into your chakras, flows into your central channel, and you start to raise your vibration. But again, the only way to do that is to feel it. So we spent a lot of our lives up until now distracting ourselves from feeling that, right? This is something we work on in my New You program all the time. How to not get caught up in those distractions, how to sit, how to become present, how to get your heart and your brain into coherence so that you could actually process those emotions. If you want to learn more about that, go ahead and click on the link in the description for my free masterclass. So this is one of those things where we think that it's like all rainbows and unicorns, right? Until we hit these periods of wobbliness, when we start to feel all of these emotions, and when they come up, you could feel stuck. You could actually feel, I've had some people come forward to me and say, I feel like I'm moving backwards. And I get it. I've been there, because we think we know what we need to do until this stuff comes up. And then when it comes up, we get fogged over, we get wobbly, and we lose our way. But I'm here to tell you that is where you need to be. When that happens, you need to rewire yourself to really acknowledge it and appreciate it. I know our mind pops up and says, this sucks. We must be doing something wrong. We're not supposed to be here. I'm going backwards, all of that kind of stuff. But you need to learn to appreciate those moments, because that is where the gold lies. That's where you find the gold. Because when you can get all the downloads you want, you can have reach for all of these amazing experiences. But if you don't create the space in your body to actually integrate that energy, it's fleeting. It doesn't stick. You don't embody it. You don't become it. We're all here to become walking physical aspects of our higher self. And in order to do that, you have to clear the dense energy. You have to clear the energy that's been keeping you small, keeping you limited, keeping you separated from the truth of who you are. And the only way to do that is to acknowledge it and feel it. And that process begins with becoming aware of it. So when somebody triggers you and you get defensive, they're triggering you for a reason. They're showing you something about you that is ready to be revealed. And you need to see that as an opportunity and sit with that energy. If it's a heated situation, remove yourself temporarily to recompose yourself. Breathe, calm down your body, calm down your nervous system, right? When you could use your breath and you can calm yourself down, your brain waves will follow suit. Your heart and brain will move into coherence. Your body will relax. Your immune system will start functioning more efficiently. Your nervous system, you'll calm down. You'll feel the tension melt away. When that happens, you are literally alchemizing that dense energy. You are creating space within your body for more of your higher self to land. And you continue to go through the process. This isn't about just having those experiences, those magical experiences. Maybe you've tried to manifest something and it's fleeting, or it doesn't come, or it takes a heck of a lot of effort. That's because you have not created the space in your body to become those elevated emotions. If you're trying to manifest money, we look at it in terms of feeling abundant in other ways. It's the abundance that you're really looking for, not the 3D representation of that. That's just one example, right? If you want to manifest a loving relationship, you love yourself. You become that loving relationship inside. You become abundant. You become that loving relationship with yourself. All of these things lead to the external reflection or manifestation of that. But we tend to really get stuck because we avoid feeling those emotions, right? You got to feel the heavy stuff. It's the heavy stuff that's created the life that you have right now, the life that maybe no longer resonates with you because you have not committed to actually processing the density, processing these traumas, these dense emotions. So when you can learn to see all of that, the triggers, the heaviness, those bouts of crying, those days when you're feeling really down, as a gift for you to slow it down, sit and be present instead of trying to distract yourself, you will realize that you will more quickly move through those periods. And actually, when they come around again, which they eventually will, they're not going to hold the same heavy, dense charge that they did the first time because you acknowledged it finally. When we distract ourselves from it, it comes back around in a bigger way, right? But when you choose and have the courage and to sit with it and respect and love yourself enough to do it, the charge, you alchemize the charge. It lessens. And when they come back around again, you see it for what it is and you more quickly move through it. And that process creates that space within your body to allow more of your higher self to land and integrate. And as that process continues to unfold, that higher frequency light will manifest in your reality. That's what you want. That's what you're looking for. That's why you're here. We just make it so hard on ourselves because we avoid doing that hard work. That is the key. When you can learn to do that, condition yourself to sit with it, you're going to see and realize very quickly that your life is changing and you are starting to manifest a path that is in alignment with your higher self.